When former entertainment reporter Sonya Singh couldn't find anything that represented her South Asian culture in rom-com novels, she decided she would write her own. The result? Sari, not sorry. And I'm so thrilled to have Sonya here to chat about it. This is so epic. Sonya, this book has only been out a few months. It's already on the bestseller list for Canadian fiction and the romance list, which is incredible.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Like, you're an author.
Oh, thank you.
So it's based on your, some of your own personal dating experiences, which of course you're going to draw upon. So tell us about how that influenced your book.
Well, every chapter of Sorry Not Sorry starts off with a dear breakup letter, and unfortunately all of those scenarios have happened to me. So even the point where, you're at a restaurant and the guy drops guacamole on his arm and he licks it off in public happened to me. So I ended up having a lot of material and I put it into this book, and I was also going through my own breakup, and I kind of felt very held hostage, and I was writing a lot of emails and texts and really doing anything I could to keep this relationship intact, and the other person was not in it anymore. And so I decided to just take all that energy and put it into writing a book, which became very therapeutic for me.
Amazing, and really incredible, because you explore self-identity in the book, and that's what I really, really loved, and discovery, and your personal experience about embracing your identity. I find a lot of us that are the children of immigrants in this country have an interesting experience, because we sort of have 1 foot-ish in our parents' homeland and 1 foot-ish in Canada.
Right.
And we're always trying to figure out who we are. That identity journey is one you've definitely been on.
And still am on.
Yes.
That still continues. I would say that I didn't embrace that identity journey, or at least being South Asian, until I was in my 30s.
Okay.
And I still continue to struggle with it. I'm in a place now where I'm not embarrassed, and I can say that when I was younger, I grew up in a scenario where I'm watching the 90210s and the Saved by the Bells, and the typical woman that is being desired is blonde-haired, blue-eyed. And that's what I wanted to do. I bleached my hair, I wore blue contacts, and so it wasn't until I met someone who's South Asian, and he showed me that the roots, the traditions, the stories from our parents. My parents came here speaking broken English, managed to get a Canadian citizenship, a mortgage, a driver's license, put us in school. That's what I embrace about my culture now, and continue to share those stories.
So I'm happy to hear that you're on that journey. Writing this book, I hear you had a lot of publishers saying, not South Asian enough, too South Asian for us. How did you get past that, or what was the sort of the breakthrough point for the book?
Well, I think it was the agents who actually came to me and said that 2 South Asian authors couldn't debut in the same year. And that it stung. It actually did 2 things. One, it created this fire, and it wanted me to get this book out sooner and really get it out there and get it into the hands of the right publisher and the right agent. But it also, and I just recently realized this, and this is not a good thing, but I'm working on it, it created a space where I became competitive with other South Asian authors. Because I was put into a place thinking that there's limited space for us, because I was told this. And so I didn't go into the industry embracing my didis, my sisters, my South Asian authors, which I do now, but it took me that time to get there and understand what I was doing.
But that is a very important statement. When people see that there are fissures in a culture, it is actually caused by the fact that we are told one only.
Exactly.
It's very divisive. So of course it's logical and realistic that you would say, I cannot partner with you. I am competing with you.
Exactly.
We got 1 slot.
Exactly.
And it needs to be mine. So that's what needs to change. But you're doing it. You were the first South Asian woman to write a screenplay for Hallmark, a Hallmark holiday film. That is incredible.
Thank you.
So once you got in that door, you did not stop. Tell us about that.
I didn't stop. And again, it was that fire being lit because of all those rejections coming in. And, I love a good Hallmark movie, as most of us do.
So do I.
And so the thing was, I saw an opportunity to tell the first South Asian Christmas Hallmark story I did a cold pitch. They loved the idea. Comes out December 2022. It's called Christmas Spice.
Yes.
And there'll be 3 lead South Asian actors in a movie for Hallmark. And that's the story that I continue to tell and want to keep telling.
Just scan the QR code on your screen right now to get your hands on a copy. Happy reading. And don't forget to let us know what you think of it. Use the hashtags ReadMore and Cityline Lit. By the way, Sorry Not Sorry is actually one of the amazing books on our Cityline summer reading list. Whether at the cottage, the beach, or just the backyard, or for me, the front porch, we've got you covered with these fabulous titles. You can also find the full list up on cityline.tv.